for the story of Aurora.
Hello. Thank you. I have to correct you. The story of Lazarus was not. It was also this, but was first of all was the story of a man who's dying, and it happens that it happened to him to die like this. I mean, passing through this healthcare system, which is not great in Romania, and I think we have problems with it all over the planet. So that's why I think the film was well received, also because of this. But anyway, the starting point of this story was, there are different starting points. One of the starting points was the story that happened in Romania. The guy during like 12 hours or so killed 5 people. And it was a decision he took in order to correct things, to put some kind of order. Because, and this was the starting point, because I thought to myself that maybe we are in the same position. I mean, going, having a point of view on life, on things, having an idea, a strong idea, and wanted to implement it, changing the world and doing something like this. We have to deal with all the obstacles and all the different opinions around ourselves that people are having around ourselves. And we are starting a long negotiation about it. But what is happening when you are just not taking care and paying attention to all these different opinions, and you go to the end? I think at the end of the line is the crime, and is the killing in different forms. I'm saying because I find during my rehearsals, I did some rehearsals, you know, in prison in Bucharest, and going to different scenes of crimes and talking with some criminals about this. But I started to be interested in it from this story of this guy, and this guy who just thought that some people, 5 people, were guilty of the fact that his wife left him, and I start asking myself questions about it, how this thing. I mean, a bunch of flowers would have helped him to get his wife back, I thought, and he decided just to go through it. And was a quote of Hitler also. It's like something like, he's saying something like, those who are painting the sky in green and the grass in blue have to be sterilized. So it's a kind of paradoxical statement, and a crazy statement, and I thought maybe things are happening this way. I thought that maybe is this the fact that we are because it's very close to what I am doing, and I think it's very close to what the artists are doing. I mean, making some sort of kind of interventions in the reality and changing things socially. And I think and it was a discussion I had with Andrei Ujica about, and we get to the conclusion, like, you know, author equal dictator. It is like, and maybe it's because of this that, I don't know, it has to have some kind of relation between this and the fact that Hitler used to paint and Ceausescu to start building this huge building, the House of People in Bucharest. And maybe that's why Nero was also like dictator and poet and so on. There is something there, there is something about the tendency of changing the world, present history, and I think criminals are more or less there. It is not proved, scientifically proved what I'm saying. It's just speculations. And another starting point was the fact that justice is not there to find the truth. The truth is not there to understand. It's there to protect the community, the society. They are not interested in how things were going. Because I went, during the documentation I made, I went to the end and I heard the prosecutor asking questions, and the guy was answering these questions and getting into some details that were not relevant for the prosecutor, so he was just there to note the things that were relevant for the case. And I think when we are talking about this kind of things like killing and this kind of interventions in the history of, in your own history and the history of those who are surrounding you, I think all these details that seem to be not relevant are very relevant in order to understand how the things went from the point A to the point B. And this is what I try to do. I'm getting to the extreme. I'm distributing myself because I am interested in creating things. I mean, as all the other directors or painters and so on, proposing a different kind of. And that's why it was important to be me.